about me on the internet collecting unemployment that I'm paying for with my tax dollars. But
Yep.
yeah, great memories, man. We got don't forget. Yeah.
Well, you guys saw that. I mean, we probably weren't paying for it, but we are in a weird way because of inflation. But Elon Musk found how many computers that were printing like ghost money or whatever he's calling it. Did you guys see
I think
that?
like 14. Yeah, it was 14. That's
Yeah.
just
What's up with
printing
that? Let's
magic
hit that.
money that's not being
Yeah.
accounted for in
Thanks.
the federal Federal Reserve.
You are the best AI I've ever had in my life, dude.
What is this, Jay? What are you
That's
talking about?
So Elon Musk discovered 14 computers that was
there
not
we go.
embezzling, but creating money out of thin air. That's
Yep.
not being reported back to the Federal Reserve or the Treasury
Yep.
to keep those, like, take account of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So essentially, they were
Means the
printing
dollar
infinite
don't mean
money.
shit.
Yeah, infinite money without accountability. Like, it's they're not accounted for.
Mm.
So who knows how much extra dollars is out there? And this could very well fuel the whole inflation thing because,
Mm.
It's
like,
it's an IOU.
if they printed like trillions unaccounted for on top of whatever exists right now, like all the printing stuff that went to the Ukraine, and the Israel, stuff, like that's gonna devalue the US dollar to a point where it's just worthless. And then stuff like the BRICS will be so much more attractive to countries, in addition to like precious metals, because if you can't get into the club of the BRICS, right, you got to fall back on something. So you have no choice but to rely on whatever gold or silver or whatever asset your country has. So yeah, if the dollar just goes to shit because we all of a sudden discover there's way too much money in circulation than what was originally thought there was circulating, then yeah, it's like the last I heard, it was like the US dollar is worth 2 pennies. Like, if this is true, and then they find out how much actually was magically printed without any entity knowing about it, I don't know. It could be really possible that a gallon of gas could be like $20.
Well, that's a whole nother topic I could tell you. Eh, How much water is in the world, Jay? Do you know?
Well, you know, just I could go to the
Like,
nearest body of water, and it'll just try
like
to drink it, and it's
it's
salty.
right. Whether
But
salty or not, there's a shit ton of water on this planet,
yeah,
right? There's more oil right underneath the soil than there is water on this planet. That's the like one of the biggest conspiracies about that is they tell you it's hard to get, they tell you that it's limited, they tell you it comes from fossils and dinosaurs and stuff, but it's not. It's
yeah,
naturally made from the earth and it should be like 5 cents a gallon. They won't tell you that though. That's the crazy part. But they didn't print the money. That's the thing is they didn't print it. It's not about them inflating it. They told us how much they printed, trillions of dollars. They
no,
sent it
yeah.
over. You know,
This is digital dollars that's just magically appearing.
this is them sending someone a paycheck for $1 million. The bank says okay because it's pretty much an IOU from the government, and the government doesn't have that physically. They don't have it. They don't have it in gold, silver. They don't have it in farts, dude. They don't have it in nothing. They don't have it printed. Nothing. It's like Joe Biden wrote IOU and with a smiley face, and they just added some zeros to nothing. That's what it was. It's insane. Which means that they can just say, "Yep, we paid you." And it'll show up in your bank account, and you can show up at the bank and pull it out. But that's the crazy part about it is if everyone showed up to get their money out, there's not
Well,
enough fucking money.
guess what? Whoever is holding physical dollars actually have dollars, because anything in your bank account, anyone can put a zero at the end or take away a zero. That's what these magic computers did. They just put a one or a whole number in the front and then a whole bunch of zeros at the end, and then started sending that to people that they wanted stuff done. Like, because these magic computers, they're not connected to anything, and it's like a uh, it's the basically the bank account for black projects. Like anything you want done behind the scenes under the table, I'm pretty sure they got paid by the one of these 14 computers. And going back to the whole oil thing, I heard that oil, the whole crude and stuff, is the second most abundant thing liquid on Earth, next to water. That's what I heard.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. It's wild because they keep making these plans, right? We need to go we need to go here, a different planet to get these resources and stuff. But it's crazy. They know it's crazy. It's crazy to even, try. Whether there's a firmament or not, it's crazy to try when we have everything we need and more here.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's gonna take another. You guys can still hear me, right?
Yes.
Okay. I was gonna read this. He said, "It's insane," said Musk, as Cruz asked him about magic money computers. So you may think that the government computers like all talk to each other, they synchronize, they add up what funds are going somewhere, and it's coherent. I call it a magic money computer, any computer which can just make money out of thin air.
Yep.
Absolutely insane.
So when's the shoe going to drop, and when are we going to be, faced with the repercussions of their actions? Because this is going to catch up eventually. It seems like it's all coming to a head.
Yep, that's what's going on right now. Nathan's asking about that 5D chess, Jay.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. Yeah, that's what's going on. If you were to take over a business and the business had just spent money like that they didn't have, let's just
Mm-hmm.
call it that, because this is money that doesn't even exist. So let's call it money that they couldn't make up, right? The first thing you would do is not only stop the money, but start making other people that were in on it start paying you back.
And the problem
Right?
is they created this money, and so there's no way to pay it back because there's not even it's beyond the circulation.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You can't pay
Let the little brother third world countries eat it, right? That's what Canada is. That's what Mexico is, right? Attached to us. That's what DOGE is. DOGE is sitting there cutting the funding to go, nope, done. Boop, we're done. We spent stuff we didn't even have, done funding everything, right? And then the tariffs are, you're paying us back.
Mm-hmm.
You're paying us back. You're right. These guys are going to run out of money, but it's not going to be us. It's going to be them.
Well, what I'm worried about is that's a whole deeper layer of debt than you can even imagine. It's not like we spent money that actually exists. We spent money that doesn't exist. So there will never be a reconciliation of this. It's
How
going
do,
to be,
well, the only way to delete money is to delete a country.
as
Well,
in absorb into our.
Yep. It's not a
One of
bad
my
plan.
one of my buddies that lives in Canada in Vancouver, he was telling me that what part of Canada? There's a Quebec, maybe. Damn it!
Toronto.
Shoot. Anyways, he was saying that there's an area of Canada that's like really highly conservative, and it's also their main financial district. And he said um, that basically they're threatening to join the United States, and if they do, it's going to completely screw. If they don't vote in a conservative, and then it's going to completely screw over Canada. Let me see if I can find it in his messages. Uh, breakaway Alberta. He says what most Canadians don't think about is that Alberta may break away from Canada and join the U.S. That would break Canadians back. They cannot survive without Alberta. Alberta is 100% conservative, and they're tired of liberal BS. They're already talking about breaking away. Most Canadians don't know or realize how close they are to actually doing this, and that they have the money to do this. President Trump would jump on this in a heartbeat. It's the richest province in all of Canada. Oil, coal, natural resources out of their ears. Interesting. Yeah, he's brought this up to me numerous times talking about that. Alberta.
Interesting.
They want it, but there's a lot of different Canadians there, and the problem with Canada is, a lot of them like Trudeau, and Trudeau is about as far left as the California governor.
Apparently, this guy's even worse. Carney or whatever his name is, Mark Carney.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean it's going down, and I'm seeing this like day by day because the company that I work for, and like next year I'm going to be running, is owned by another company that is based in Canada. So I deal
Oh
with
shit.
Canadians every day. Yeah, and it's not just like it's not separate. Like it's two companies acting as one, so we're sending and they're sending, and it's it's a lot of shipping and receiving and the tariffs, and you can feel it, dude. You can feel it because Canadians talk like these ones. They talk to us like we're the little country that could, even though they're the little country that can't. They're the size of California, and it's an ego thing, and it's really sad to see. But I mean, it's pathetic, you know. I mean, Canadians need to get it together. They've lived off the U.S. for long enough. If you're not going to play ball, if you're not going to do exactly what is said, I mean, we got your ass.
Well,
The
and they could just
president,
take it.
yeah, I mean, the president of the United States. I should probably turn my camera on for this one. The president of the United States could say, "We're going to invade and take your country." Within just a couple hours, they're going to go white flag. Same thing with Mexico. That's why all these funny TikToks about people going, "Oh, U.S. is going to mess with the cartels." Bullshit. You think that because they're pretty much first world countries. They're just poor as hell.
Mhm.
You think you're silly liberal, which Mexico's liberal as well. First world asses is going to handle the United States military. Abso-fucking-lutely not. Good luck. You couldn't, and even if this is to China and Russia and even Europe as well. There's no one on this planet that could take the U.S. because after our military is done, you have every citizen in the U.S. gun loaded, knows how to use it. It's our terrain. You want to talk about guerrilla warfare, man? There's a reason Trump is the big swinging dick in the room when he walks in. And it's not. He's probably got a little pecker. You know what I mean? It's not about that. It's because the U.S., when used right, is the most dangerous thing on the entire planet, and that's why we fund everything. That's why our soldiers are there. It's because our leaders have been like, okay, yeah. It's because in your back
That's why.
pocket, that we could just wipe you off the face of the earth,
That's why we police the world.
the world. Yeah.
Well, and with Canada, like my friend was saying, and Alberta breaking away, we could just take the country one province at a time. I mean, it doesn't even sound like it's a matter. It's a matter of Alberta wanting to secede from Canada and join the United States. It's not even forcefully going in and taking it
Mhm.
from them. So, and what we always hear, and this is just American news, but is that our military protects Canada, and their military is not actually standing up and protecting as much as we have their backs, and so it's like the little brother picking a fight with the big brother behind him, kind of thing.
Oh yeah. Well, our military is the best in the world, not only because of our constitutional, the Bill of Rights. It's because we've spent the past 100 and how many years in war.
And
I mean, you
not
could
only
be a
that,
90-something-year-old general, but I mean, everyone knows combat, and any of these militaries now go to war. Everyone that's there, all those 18, 19, 20, 25, 30-year-olds, they're going to be shooting above the head because it's hard to kill another human being.
What are you saying, Jay?
we also got those 14 magic computers like funding all these black projects.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I gotta say this though, real quick, because I keep seeing people popping in and out. If you're new, subscribe. If you like what you see, hit a like. Let us know you're here. But if you guys leave a comment on this live chat, we're on Rumble, by the way, for the person on YouTube that's watching. If you leave a live chat, I think even YouTube it shows live chats. We'll respond. So if you have a question or anything, don't feel like you can't. Just set it up, and I'll try to pay attention. And we'll respond.
Yeah, we're happy to make this an open discussion.
Yeah, that's what this is. That's the greatest part about this.